everyone, my name is Madison Rogers, and for my article review I decided to choose the article called Evidence-Based Behavioral Intervention for Repetitive Behaviors in Autism. It's from the Journal of Autism and Developmental Disorders. So this article interests me because I really am fascinated by people who have autism and just how their brain works and why they do certain things and how just how they learn so differently from others but have so much to offer. You just have to kind of fish it out a little bit. So I thought this article would be very interesting, and it was. So they start out by giving you definitions of autism and evidence-based practice, what it is, and how the literature has found that there are many evidence-based practices to treat lower order repetitive behaviors in autism, which would be flapping, arm flapping, like lining up toy cars, and having to complete the alphabet, other things like that. So more motor-based repetitiveness. But there is not a lot of focus on the higher order behaviors, which has something more to do with OCD in autism and more cognitive behaviors and issues. So they start out by stating that there's evidence that repetitive behaviors affect children and individuals with autism and their learning and their social emotional well-being. And they go through different types of behaviors. They start with the low order and move to high order, and they kind of break each section down into different types of behaviors you'd see, low order and then high order, and how to best deal with those, what interventions to use. So they start with treatment of lower order repetitive behaviors, which they describe again more motor, stereotypes, self-injury, flapping, things like that. And they describe low order as a behavior that serves no clear purpose or goal. It's just repetitive. And a lot of helpful interventions for this would be applied behavior analysis therapy, or ABA therapy, and antecedent-based strategies like visual or verbal cues. Those help a lot. First then boards, visual schedules, things like that. And then they move on to treatment of higher order behaviors and OCD in individuals who also have autism. They may need cognitive behavior therapy, and to help OCD in autism, the professional should develop a stress hierarchy and what stresses out the individual who has autism the most, and target those behaviors first and then move down eventually. So what behaviors are exhibited the most, what they need help with the most, things like that. And there's not too much evidence-based practice for higher order needs, but they do have some, like writing schedules down or visual schedules, just so that the people with autism can see, okay, first I have to do this, then I can continue to lining up the crayons in the rainbow, things like that. So using visuals is both really helpful for lower order repetitive behaviors and higher order behaviors. Then they go on to the summary and the limitations, and there are more limitations with higher order behaviors because there's not too many evidence-based strategies for these, but there are quite a few for lower order repetitive behaviors just because it's seen more often. And yeah, so overall, this, sorry, my screen just went black, was a really interesting article for me to read, and I really enjoyed it. Thanks.